Aha,
Okay,
hello.
just so you know,
Oh,
this is take two. Take one did not record.
we continue to have problems, challenges, if you will,
Challenges.
on our technology. Recorded
Yeah.
this whole thing on Sunday, didn't record, except for a weird thumbs up I did at the end. So, whatever. So, today we are going to talk about the book Lula Dean's Little Library of Banned Books.
Yes.
By Kirsten Miller. So we both, there it is. We both read this book and we are here to talk about it. Jill, you brought this book to me. I had not heard of it. You had heard of it.
Yes.
Do you remember how you
I
heard of
think it
it?
was on
Your book club
Instagram.
did. Okay.
I think I heard about it on Instagram. I want to say Jordy on
Oh yeah.
Bookstagram had it on his page. Um, and I just kind of fell in love with the title because
Yeah. What's not to love?
it's such a good title. And we did read it for my book club in for September's meeting. So um, it's really a good book. It is a nice, entertaining look at a very serious subject
Yes.
and um, what kind of lessons we can all learn and not necessarily I mean, both from the books that they're banning, but also about banning books as a whole, if that makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. That's a really
So
good way of putting it. Yes.
that's we had a fairly good discussion about it. It was not quite as in depth as I was hoping for because we were having margaritas on a patio, but the consensus was pretty much everybody liked it. The only negative things I heard about it were too many characters
Uh-huh.
and not enough time to develop the characters that we all fell in love with. Because there are a few in here that I really wanted more of them. The postman,
Yes.
the great grandma, Wilma Jean, her
Yes.
granddaughter. Yeah, I needed more of their stories because they were so good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I felt the same way. So, a little bit of the premise. Lula Dean. So I love that this takes in a place in a small town. We are both from a small town, so it felt real familiar.
mhm.
This is in the South. And were they Georgia? Was it Georgia?
I think
Where they
so.
And so everybody knew each other. And Lula Dean is kind of a pain in the neck, busybody. That's kind of
Oh,
how I saw her.
can I interrupt you?
Yeah.
So, everybody knew each other and they went to high school together.
Yes.
The thing that always throws me is they went to high school together in the 80s. We went
Yes.
to high school in the 80s. So like when I saw Lula Dean, I was expecting somebody who was like 60 or 70 years old, but I had to keep reminding myself she was my age. And that really kind of made me sad.
Yeah. That's a really good point. I didn't actually do that reminder. I just kept her as an old lady in my head. Sorry, Lula Dean. But you're right. It was in the
Yeah.
80s. Oh my God.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So we're the crazy old ladies. Whatever. It's
Yeah.
fine. Um, but she's a busybody. And would you describe her as a busybody? That's how I would describe her.
Yes, she is a
She's a
busybody.
busybody. And she's decided that they need to start banning books. They take all of these books out of the library and store them in a place where people can't get to them. And then she decides to create her own little library at her house full of books that are good for everyone. Good for everyone. And then another young gal troublemaker in town decides that she will do a switcheroo and she takes books that are on that banned book list and puts them in the dust covers of the books from Lula's library and puts them into Lula's library. And so all these people keep borrowing these books from Lula's library and they're thinking they're getting like the Southern Belle's Guide to Etiquette or whatever, and they're really getting Beloved or, The Hate You Give or, like whatever.
Aunt
I don't even
Frank's
remember the
Diary.
titles. Yeah. Um, and then everybody starts borrowing the books, and then they're all learning something. And it was it was good. I think the one hole in the premise was that Lula never found out that people were doing that until like the whole thing kind of blew up in the town square.
Yeah.
And I thought that was unrealistic because the people who were looking for books in Lula's library should have been offended by the books that they got.
Yes.
But it ended up being people who were really very open-minded who went to that library, and they ended up getting books that were right for them at the right
Yes.
time. So I liked that.
Yeah.
I liked that, like you said, it's like it's a serious topic. Like it's not something to joke about. Like, we're really in a bad place right now with all of this book banning, and it's such a sad thing to hear that they are pulling these books off the shelves that represent, especially kids that are
Hmm.
like kind of coming of age, that they see themselves in those books, and
Right.
people are saying those books are bad
Hmm.
because, if you read a book about gay people, that'll turn you gay, or like whatever. Like I just can't even with these people. I really
I
can't.
know.
So, but I thought it was really entertaining. It was very
Yes.
entertaining. I agree with you and your friends that there were too many characters. I was having a hard time keeping track of the
It was
Nathans and
hard.
the other people. And I listened to it, so I couldn't go back and look. So I just kind of had to be like, okay, I'm just going with this. I don't know who these people are.
Yeah. Is this
But
a
it was fun.
Nazi or is this a
Yeah. But I really enjoyed it.
good?
I
I'm
did.
glad. So we each liked it, which doesn't happen often. So that was pretty awesome.
It was. Who knew? Every once in a while we hit on a good one
We do.
for both of
So
us.
that is our review on Lula Dean.
Yeah, strongly recommend. I think it would be a great book club, especially if you have a serious book club. I don't belong to any serious book clubs.
Mhm.
I'm like you. We go for margaritas and stuff. So, sometimes yes, we talk about the book, but not always.
Yeah.
And certainly not as deeply as I would like. My
Right.
online book clubs are more serious book clubs.
Yeah.
But definitely recommend it if your book club is looking for a book. Check it out. It was good.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what are you reading this week?
This week, well, I didn't start either of the books from last week. So
It's fine.
it happens.
Like,
So Wayward is still my hardcover book. I want to get that read for the
okay.
season
Okay.
because it's kind of witchy. And
Yes.
then, yeah. And then I picked, I don't know, some book audio last week and I tried to listen to it. Apparently, I've tried to listen to it before and I didn't like it before and I couldn't care less about it again this week. So I put it back again. And I picked up Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult.
Oh, Jodi Pico. Okay.
Yeah,
Did
not
not expect that one. Didn't see that one coming
not
from you.
my usual fare.
No.
But I was looking, yeah, a Spark of Light. I was, and had I actually read the topic, I probably would not have picked this one up. But it was by her. Her books are usually really quick reads,
They are.
and it was available at the library. So I was like, what the hell? I got,
Okay. There you go.
I needed something to listen to on the way to work. So I just plugged her in and yeah.
And look, if it doesn't work out, you can just add it to the DNF list. Y'all, at the end of the year, Jill is going to give us her DNF list. It's going to be longer than
It
most of y'all's. I promise you that.
might be bigger than some of your reading lists.
She is not afraid. She is unafraid to DNF a book. So we'll
Yeah.
see it. We'll either see a review or it'll turn up on that DNF list. Either one.
Yep. Yep. Well, no, this one I've only got, I'm 95% done. So I mean, I'm gonna
Oh,
finish.
you're gonna finish it then.
But
Okay.
yeah, it's about a pro-life, pro-choice kind of thing. And
Oh, yikes. Okay,
yeah, it was
interesting.
really more than I was looking for on the way to work in the mornings.
That's some heavy thinking.
It is a
Excuse
little
me.
bit heavy. So,
Yikes. I am reading still Tracy Flick Can't Win. I'd never did read Election, but I saw the movie with Reese Witherspoon, Tom Perrotta, this book. It's good. It's got very short chapters, and I love that. And I started listening to James by Percival Everett.
mm,
My book club, my in-person book club is reading that for this month, and I'm very excited about that. For those of you who haven't heard of James, it is a reimagining of the adventures of Huckleberry Finn told from the slave Jim's perspective. So it's called James. And it's gotten really, really, really good reviews. And then I'm also reading this guy, ADHD is awesome, because I live with two people who have ADHD, and it was assigned by my son's therapist. So I'm reading it. Penn and Kim Holderness, the pajama people, the funny video people, wrote this book, and it's really good. Like the introduction already is good. So I'm excited. I'll keep you all posted about that.
excellent.
All right.
Okay,
Well, thanks
that's what we
for
got.
joining us for Lula Dean.
Yes.
And we'll be
And
back. More book reviews. We got to do this more often. This was fun.
we might be putting up a YouTube page. So these longer videos will be there. Maybe. We'll see.
Stay tuned for that. If we can
Yeah.
figure out the technology, it might be really cool. We'll see.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.